do the same parachutes work? No, they don't use the
They're
same
different
shoes.
now. Yeah.
I said, well, are you going to teach me? Well, we'll put it on you.
Yeah. We'll put it on.
Welcome back to Under Oath. I've done a lot of dumb things.
Yes, I have.
That I probably shouldn't have done. And I think about it all the time. Like we had talked about, I think in the last show, we talked about me jumping out of an airplane. And people go, what? People do that all the time. Not after they used to do it for a living.
Yeah, I was going to say.
30 years later.
Yeah, why do
It wasn't
that?
like I needed to experience what it was like. I knew exactly what it was like. And my dumbass did it again.
You did.
And I think I did it to see if I could.
Yeah.
And I think that's why a lot of our dumb decisions we make. Because I wonder.
Trying to prove something.
I think.
Trying to prove something.
You know, like I always watch these hillbillies at redneck parties jump through the fire. There's always one dumbass who wants to jump over the fire and then catches fire.
Yep.
And he's surprised by it.
Yep.
And then everyone's like,
while he's carrying a beer.
yes.
Something flammable.
Oh, come
Yeah.
on. That throws off the weight, the
Absolutely.
distribution.
Yeah.
You know. So I don't buy into that. But I'd say that's the dumbest thing I've done recently is jump out of that airplane. And it wasn't like I was hooked to anybody. This is just
you
me
didn't do
alone.
tandem. You were by yourself.
And here's the problem, because military veterans, we're idiots. We think we can do stuff like we did when we were in our 20s, when we were kids.
Yeah.
And these guys were all old too.
Yes.
And they're all like, I said, well, am I going to be hooked to somebody? Oh, no, you went to airborne school. And I was like, 30 years ago. I go, I don't even know do the same parachutes work? No, they don't use the same
different
shoes.
now. Yeah.
I said, well, are you going to teach me? Well, we'll put it on you.
Yeah. We'll put it on.
We'll put it on you.
Okay.
So we're going to do this. Top 10 dumbass things that could have got us killed. And that was my first one.
Okay, this is a fear in my community. You're going to be like, James, that's not really a dumb decision. But in my community of people like me, it is. And I'm talking about the people who have fear of roller coasters. I was you know me, I was there for 30 years, man. I had not ridden a roller coaster because I thought they were the devil. I thought I was going to die on them.
Some are.
Yes, some are. They're aptly named that. But I decided to face my fears last year. And I got on a roller coaster after 30 years. And the one I chose, I had no idea what was on that roller coaster. I rode the Hagrid ride.
Oof.
That's a rough one to start with, man. That's not...
It's an 8. It's an 8-9.
Yes. But starting with...
It's not Velocicoaster.
No, but starting with that one, though...
Yeah, that ain't great.
That ain't great.
That ain't great.
And here, I had a sign...
That's a bad life choice.
I had a sign from God not to do it. Well, as I'm getting on the ride, my glasses fall off my face and fall onto the track. Perfectly on the track.
That would have been an excuse not to do it.
And they told me, sorry, you guys have to get up because the tech has to come out and you can't be present while he gets on the track.
You delayed the ride.
I did.
You did it.
But here's the thing. When you have to get off a ride before you get on it at Universal Studios,
Sign of God.
it's a sign, but also it allows you to ride that ride again because you had to get off the ride. As an inconvenience, as something to say, sorry, sir, whoa, you get to get on the ride again. They said, after this ride, after I got my glasses, you can get on again. I'm thinking, there's no way in hell I'm getting back on this ride again. I get on the ride. After 30 years of not riding roller coasters, I freaking loved that roller coaster.
Okay.
I had so much fun. I got on it twice, and I'm hooked. Ever since that day, now I'm an adrenaline junkie, and I'm chasing roller coasters like it's crack, like scratching like this. Dumb decision.
The ones I hate, Velocicoaster.
My wife says I'll die if I get on that one.
Rip. The Rip roller coaster ride.
It's the anticipation for the rip, right?
Yeah.
Is that
that's
what
the one
it is?
where you're on your back.
Yes.
And it slowly
straight
leads
up,
you up the top.
straight vertical, straight up.
And the last time I had to do that, I went on it once with my son Jakey, and I said, from now on, I'll just walk you up. And then
Jake likes that.
Then my friend Mark Skipper, who is now Judge Skipper, believe it or not, it's Halloween Horrors, and he goes, Jeff, you have to come on with me. I said, Mark, I get sick on this ride. Jeff, you can't let me do this alone. Alone, Jeff. Not peer pressure, but just for me, man. So I get on the ride with him, and he goes, tells the woman, oh, I forgot to take my wallet off. She takes him off the ride. I got to ride this thing alone in the front row.
And he made you get on it.
He's the devil. So yeah, that's a
Gotcha.
That's not a great choice.
No,
It's not a great choice.
not smart at all.
You know, I think about issues that you do that might have caused you your death, and choices you made. And I made a lot as a kid.
Teen years.
I mean, I did a lot of stuff as a kid. We used to jump off bridges.
Okay.
in Miami, and just right off the top of them.
Into water, I'm guessing.
Yes, well,
Okay.
not at just like train tracks.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you know, this ain't Joe Dirt where I'm like trying to kill myself. This was an issue of me of you'd be 3 stories, 4 stories, 5 stories, and at different parts of the bridge.
Are you nuts?
Yeah.
If you don't, at that height, if you don't hit the water just right, you can break stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, but as kids, I think we're a little more jelly.
Well,
we didn't. But here's the thing: we forgot.
Okay,
we forgot these things. Back then, we didn't think about alligators.
No.
Now I'm going. Are you crazy? We would play this game called Canal Tag, and we would jump off the bridge into the water. There was a pipe, and we would go sleep. I mean, we would be out there all day, and somehow none of us got eaten.
You are lucky. You are a lucky human being.
I wouldn't walk. I don't want to walk across the bridge now.
Nope.
Because I know what's below it.
That's right.
I mean, it seems to me, and there was this big tree. It was like probably 5 stories, and it swayed.
Mm-hmm.
And you would climb up to the top branch,
Mm-hmm.
and you'd have to wait till the sway was perfect and jump off, so you'd clear all the branches and hit the water.
Jesus.
Now, as the tree's going back and forth, and you're at the top, there are a lot of guys that go, "I ain't doing this."
Mm-hmm.
But my dumbass would do it.
Yes.
And I don't know what it was. I think it was just chasing a thrill as a kid.
I get that, though. I understand. Because as a kid, you think you're invincible.
Yeah.
You think you're invulnerable. Like, dumb thing that I did as a kid, and I can't believe I used to do it because I wouldn't let my kids do it now. I go like 2 miles away and deep into the woods with my friends. No one knows where we're at. No cell phones when I'm a little kid. And no one would ask where we are the whole day. You just come home before the street light comes on.
Let's go into the woods.
Yeah. Everybody played in the woods as kids, right?
And
we
there are
all did
bears.
it. There's snakes. There's all creepers. There's everything out there, man.
Well, there were creepers in some neighborhoods, so you know.
Yeah, they had to come around and introduce themselves.
How you doing?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, how you doing?
Gotcha. Bro, but we used to go deep, miles into the woods and just hang out all day.
It's so weird as kids, and our parents let us.
Yeah.
They won't let a kid play in his neighborhood now.
No.
But where you been? As long as you didn't come home before 5, you were good.
Yeah. Kids have to turn on their location on their phones now.
GPS.
Yes. Yes.
You know, I always, it blows my mind about this technology and how we can LoJack our kids.
Yeah.
Now I have to LoJack my girlfriend.
I'm
not kidding.
Why must you LoJack?
She gets lost.
Did she really?
She gets lost.
She's directionally challenged.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where I'm at.
I got one of those air tags in her car and her wallet on her keychain. I mean, there are 4 of them.
Oh, God.
Because I'm like going, God forbid, you know, she's, there's one attached to her phone, even though it has GPS in it.
Yeah.
You know,
Just
trust me, people in the office, Melissa got lost.
there you go. And they know, like, all right. Well, we're located her, Jeff. She's here.
Yeah, that's not great. She actually called one time during a meeting, and Jonathan, my assistant, was laughing. He was hysterical. He was like, he was laughing. Melissa's like, I can't put my car. I said, somebody's going to have to come again. Yeah, you got to help me.
Where was she at?
She was at somewhere near the convention center.
And she parked and didn't know where she parked.
And Jonathan is laughing hysterically. And I look at him, I said, what are you laughing about? You're the one that's going to have to go get her.
He's like, me?
Boss?
Yeah.
Boss? Now you have to realize, I have never told Jonathan to call me boss.
You have not.
But he's like Short Round from the Indiana Jones.
That's so funny.
Short Round as an adult.
Yes.
That's why he got a little chunkier.
He does call you boss. That's funny.
Hey, boss. You know, but he was, so that's the way that worked out. Jonathan found her. But yeah, I mean, I think we're just more protected nowadays. We don't take risks like we used to.
No, we don't.
You know, you don't backpack around Europe now. You don't do crazy stuff.